everyone. Hi. First of all, I apologize. I'm not wearing any makeup because I have a sty on my eye right here. So I can't really wear any makeup if I want the fucker to go away. Today was my one and only day off. It looks like possibly for the week. So I kind of needed to take today to hopefully get it to correct itself. So come tomorrow when I start a long work week, it won't be there anymore. I don't know. Let's hope so. So, all right, who do we have here? Hey, Aliar. Hey, Heather. Hey, Peter. Hey, Stella. Renal, what's up? Dragon May Mama. Kimberly Ann, how are you? How is everyone? I hope well. I don't know if you guys saw on Twitter, but I highly recommend, let me grab their link right now, that you check out Veda's new video. It's good. It's really good. So there you go. There's a link to it. You can wait though till after my live to go check it out. So yeah. Hey Kimberly Ann, hey Cindy, hey Sheridan, hey Mousy Files, hey Autistic Shill, hi Steffi. Yes, Renelle agrees with me. Veda's video was awesome. That it was. She sent me a message to go view it, but I had already watched it before I even seen her message. And I was like, dude, thank you for making it. It was so good. Like, seriously, that was awesome. So, all right. Hey, OAH. So, wait, I got to just, let me have one cough here because it's going to bother. Okay, there. Now it's not tickly. So anyways, Katie Joy, let's talk about her crazy ass postings. So there was one of them I tweeted about the other night, but there's something else I want to show from it. I don't remember which one I got it from though. Damn it.
Who's here?
It was one of these. I think it was this one. Okay. Let me go through and find it real quick. Let me pull it up. No, that wasn't it.
She doing proper.
No. Holland Morgan were featured. Okay, it's not that one. What's this one? Jim did not take over. That's right. It was before that. All right. Oh, this has got to be it. No, maybe not. But there's something she wrote in the beginning that I thought was just like really fucked up. What was this from 2 days ago? So yeah, it would have been right around there. Okay, I don't know. I'll find it. I'll find it. It's gonna bug me though. It's whatever one I shared the comment from. Where's my profile? All right. Anyway. Oh, here we go. Now my shit's loading. Okay. Media. So it was a comment she wrote under, so it's June 4th, so that was yesterday. I'm so glad that all of you found a company to help you tell your stories. I cannot wait. And I shared this. So here, let me show you. But it was the post, though, that I want to, for this comment, I want to pull up. So if anyone knows where it came from, I'd appreciate it. But I don't know, maybe not. Anyways, here we go. So this is what I shared on Twitter. She had written, I'm so glad that you all found a company to help you tell your stories, and I cannot wait to see the final product. She's talking to this Frosty Rage person, and they're talking about the new upcoming documentary about the IBLP or whatever. That's what she's talking about. And she says, I'm so honored every day that so many of you are here and share openly. All of you make this community and my work worth it. I will always fight for you guys, and I become so protective of all of you. And now I'm crying. The survivors were so brave, and I had a few of them were at times kind of funny in their delivery. And then she says, Heather Heath needs to go into stand-up. I mean, it sounds like Heather Heath is a contributor to the new upcoming documentary. And I wonder if Heather Heath was really in agreement to that being released. I don't know. But I want to find the post that came from. Okay, my computer's taking long. There we go. Let's see here. It was 13 hours ago, so that would have been the 4th, right? Yeah. Okay, this is it. I found it. Okay, I got it. So I want to draw your attention to something here. Like the first time I read it, I couldn't believe what I was reading. So here, in this post on her Instagram, it's from 1 day ago. She says, shiny happy people, Duggar family secrets like the Duggar family failed to recognize the real victims in the content Josh Duggar downloaded. This was a massively missed opportunity to address the nearly estimated 4 million children that are exploited through trafficking in the world. A large percentage of children trafficked are for purposes of etc. This next part, though, this left my jaw drop. Not a single commentator expressed thoughts or sadness for the victims in these videos. So in other words, the victims speaking out in this docuseries about their experiences with the IBLP, not a single one of them expressed any thoughts or sadness for the victims depicted in the material that Josh Duggar downloaded. Because so she's giving the victims shit for not handling this opportunity to her liking. I mean, I can understand, I can't understand, but I could see the argument maybe of saying, I can't, not a single producer, not a single director, not a single writer, whatever, made reference to, etc., yada, yada, yada. I could maybe see that, but she's coming after not a single commentator. So that's the people speaking about on their documentary, and that would be the victims. And what the fuck is that? Like, who does that? I mean, and don't get me wrong, everything she says here is true. But she's prioritizing one trauma over somebody else's. She's saying that the people in this documentary should have put their trauma aside, not prioritize their trauma, and should have prioritized another's trauma. And I'm not saying there's anything right or wrong with that if they were to choose to do that. But who the fuck is she to tell them that that's what they should do? That's what I want to know. I mean, there probably should be documentaries and shit made about the things that she's talking about. But this documentary was made about the IBLP and the people who grew up in the IBLP. And their whatever they went through, their trauma, their experiences are no less notable than anyone else's. And shame on her for trying to make them feel as if their trauma doesn't equate, doesn't measure up, doesn't deserve to come first. That was just so fucked up when I read that. Let me go here to comments here real quick. Love your nails. Oh, thank you. I just did them. I did them myself. They glow in the dark. It's so cool. I swear to God, they glow in the dark. It's so cool. Like you charge them under UV light for a few minutes, or like the sun, whatever, and then they're supposed to last for an hour. The glowing in the dark part is supposed to last for an hour. But they do. They glow pretty brightly too. It's cool. All right. Oh, OAH says, I'm a new sub and going back to watch all over your videos. Awesome. Awesome. I hope you enjoy them. Hi, Indigo Halo. Hi, Polywog. Hi, Sheridan. Hi, Tiffany. Hi, Cindy. Hey, Lisa. Just Lisa. Wait, what's going on there? Oh, your grandchild isn't feeling well? Oh, Renelle, I'm sorry. I hope they're all okay. I hope she's okay. Oh, thank you. Just another troll. I don't like me without makeup, but I can't go to work with this. I mean, I can't. I'll have to go to work with it if it's still like that. But it'll bother me more to look like shit at work. Oh, this fucking cough though, I can't get rid of. It seems like every time I start to get rid of it, it just comes back. All right, let me move on. So, and it was in here where I found that comment, but I wanted to go and talk about the shit that she's been posting today for now. Well, we'll start from back there. We'll start from here, I think. Oh no, I didn't read that one yet. I'll come back to that. This one, for starters. Shiny Happy People Duggar Family Secrets shared a video of Josie Duggar clapping and talking about instant obedience. The video was overlaid during a discussion about blanket training and corporal punishment. The clip reference was not discussing blanket training, but rather obedience training that the IBLP encourages parents to teach instant obedience. This training can include the use of a rod, but it doesn't always include physical punishment. Michelle shared the clip after discussing having the kids sit on a chair for 5 minutes and not move, which is similar to blanket training. She said they practiced obedience 3 to 4 times a day. The practice was developed by Michael Pearl, who believed training dogs and kids was the same thing. Okay. And someone says, I can't even understand what she's saying. Anyone know what she's saying? I didn't even listen to it. I don't know. Would this be considered copyright material? I don't know. Not by Katie, but by someone else. I don't know. Say it again. Initial planting of God's parents. Yeah, you really can't understand a freaking word she says. But Katie made it out. Instant obedience training, or instant obedience of initial prompting of God's parents. That's self-control. I don't know how the hell she made that out. There had to have been subtitles or something somewhere. How do you hear that? Do the Duggar kids practice this? To which Katie replies, the ones in the IBLP and under Jim Bob's control absolutely do. Jessa for sure does. I wonder how Jessa feels about that being stated. I don't know. Maybe she does practice. I don't fucking know. I'm kind of upset that I was actually looking forward to this docuseries coming out, because just paying attention to Katie, just you pick up on the Duggar family and then you start to become interested. I'm interested, but I'm not that interested. You know, like I don't know. All right, what's the other one? Now she took screenshots, stills of the video. She's pointing out how there's red or whatever. Her face looks red too in her chin. So I wonder what her excuse is for that. IBLP obedience games include a swat on the hand by a rod, glue stick, or PVC pipe. In the video shared of Josie in the docuseries, Josie is seen clapping and repeating Michelle about instant obedience. When you slow down the footage and take screenshots, the physical marks and bruises are visible on her hand near her knuckles. In fact, her entire arm is red from the elbow down. IBLP parents train their children like dogs to obey immediately and hit them when they don't comply. I wish they asked Jill about blanket training and the red stuff. Hopefully she mentioned it in her book. The older girls helped Michelle with blanket training, so I don't know if she will address it or not. So in other words, she's saying, well, Jill's already guilty of it because she did it to her siblings growing up, so she probably won't talk about it. I wish they asked her so much more. It's like they were walking eggshells when interviewing her. They were, I am sure. I'm sure it was a delicate balance of ensuring she remained open and not just shut down completely. To me, it was obvious that she still has a lot of work to do to recover. You think? So by all means, let's just completely expose her and criticize her and cause all this much more trauma and turmoil and everything. Hell, why don't you just go over like the In Touch freaking police reports and shit again? Why not do that? Unbelievable. Okay. He's nicer to that damn dog than me. I'm kidding. I wouldn't have it any other way. Let's see. I saw the whole thing and I still question why child services never went in and removed Josh's kids into protective custody until forensic interviews could be done. Also, knowing everything that is coming out about the abuse and that there are still minor children in the home, will they act now? They declined to interview. Okay, stop it. But yeah, because she doesn't go to work or anything. Dog spends more time with me too. Because she's always here. She needs to go out and get her ass a job. All right, I think that's it. Yeah, I'm not going to keep going. That's nice. So she's victim. If she's correct, she's outing that little girl as a victim, and she's got nothing to back it up. So even if she's right, it's going to fall. It's going to become discredited because there's nothing to prove it. And which then, if there is a chance in which something can be done or whatever, people are going to recall this and just be like, this was already addressed and no proof was ever shown or whatever. So, I don't know. I just feel like if she really wanted to do something, she wouldn't do it like the way she's doing. Why is this big? All right, so I don't care about that one. Well, that's about some retreat thing. This is, oh my God, this kills me. There has been some debate about Jim Holt's restraining orders. Here is the proof. The final orders were issued in May, but Bobby and her son received temporary orders in April. I immediately notified Olivia Christ about the orders of protection on, where am I? On April 21st. She and I spoke over the phone for over an hour. At the time, Olivia said that they had just been to Arkansas to film B-roll. She also said the series was in post-production at the time of our conversation. I can also say with certainty that I was on the phone with Amy Duggar King the same day, and she received a frantic message from another producer about Jim Holt. They were trying to find out any possible information. I spent the better part of 2 days talking with Amy and trying to sort out what happened. On May 8, 2023, I sent a text to Olivia Christ about the final order of protection, which was granted for 10 years. Jim is barred from his shared home with Bobby. Olivia's argument to me was that he didn't paint himself in the best light. This is being parroted online by others who believe the same. Regardless, I shared my apology to survivors because my inbox was exploding from IBLP survivors not involved in the series who were furious. There was no disclaimer at the end of the series. I don't know. I don't know if there should have been. Maybe. I don't know. I don't think it's my call to make one regardless. So whatever. Many survivors not in the series were hurt. A known abuser was involved. Well, I mean, if so many people in this religious sect are all for abusive, especially the males, then wouldn't pretty much anyone who was involved be considered an abuser? I mean, Katie said herself in a live stream she did, I don't know, it's like a year ago or so, when she was fighting with Amy Duggar King, where she said that there are no innocent people. Everyone in this cult is a criminal. And then she went on to explain how even like Amy was culpable and everything. So, I mean, even by her, she knew this already like a year ago, right? So, I don't know. It was not clear to everyone that he was problematic, and many took what he said at face value. Why can't you take what he said at face value still? Like, seriously. Because he wasn't talking about himself so much or his family. He was there mostly to provide context for the Duggars, for Jim Bob, for Josh. And why can't you take what he said at face value? And I mean, like, I feel like her doing this is also either directly or indirectly helping Josh in a way. And I don't know. I don't know what I don't know. Anyways, my intent is not to hurt the brave survivors involved in the series, but I find it really discouraging to be told that I know nothing about production. Really? I signed a contract in January 2022. I doubt that. I didn't appear in the series. I reached out in March 2022 because I was approached by a second production company for another series. Wait a minute. She signed a contract in January, but then 2 months later, she reached out because that doesn't make sense. It's backwards. At that point, my relationship ended with Amazon. Jim Holt lied to Amy and Deanna about me, and they got upset. The whole situation was a mess for producers. Jim Holt is an abuser, period. Jim Holt factually told me his reason for joining the series was to end the IBLP and expose the entire system. What's wrong with that? What the fuck is wrong with that? He also wanted a book deal. You know, if he ends the IBLP and exposes them, I don't give a shit if he gets a book deal. Fuck, hell, give him one. He made clear his intentions with producers, his motivations. Okay. I mean, let's be honest. Pretty sure that those are all the same intentions and motivations and goals that Katie herself has. Come on. To end the IBLP, to expose them, and to get a book deal. Oh my God. Is that why? I don't know. Anyways. So you said this was filmed a while back, huh? Has this all happened since? I don't know why Bobby and Jim were filmed, but nobody asked you that. As I stated above, Olivia told me that they had been to Arkansas for B-roll footage recently, and that was in April. Who had been to Arkansas for B-roll footage? Amazon or the Holts? Or both? Because B-roll footage, they don't need to be there for that. But if they're together, why would she have a protective order against him? Because he abused her. They aren't together anymore. So misleading. Okay. I absolutely hate that he was involved and that there was no disclaimer. As a survivor, I don't want more ATI abusers platform. Not everyone is going to watch that and realize he's the bad guys. He wasn't there to end any narrative to the inner workings of the IBLP as far as abuse or whatever went. He was there to provide context on the happenings with Josh, on how things were handled or the lack of handling things with Josh for that matter. That's why he was there. That's what he was talking about. So if you're going to discredit him, then you're going to discredit the commentary he lended on that. And I feel like that's dangerous ground. He can be two things at once. He can be an asshole to his wife and kids and be this abuser and deserve every fucking restraining order that comes his way. And he could be telling the truth about Josh. His abuse is very severe, not typical of ATI parents. I'm not going to go into that. He told me his goal was to take down the IBLP, burn it to the ground, were his words. What is wrong with that? Are you pissed off that he might actually accomplish what it is you want to do? I don't get why this bothers her. Are you trying to save the IBLP? All I tried to do was warn the producers and suggested finding other sources. Well, they did. They found other people to talk to. I mean, is this why Amy got mad at you last year? It all makes sense. Thank you for sharing all the info. This is why she got married. No, it's not. Actually, that was almost 2 years ago, I think. Was it? Yeah, I think it was. When Josh was, 2021. It was after or during the trial of Josh Duggar. Amy got mad at her because Katie was fucking making a whole bunch of claims that weren't true. Jim told her that I was a liar, only out for money, and not to trust anything I say. Well, Amy, you should know that she's once again lying about you. That's about Anna. All right. Her posts here, though, get a little bit more nutty. Like here. Hey, Amazon, how are you going to release a series that discusses how abusive this book is and then sell this damn book? Don't forget, Amazon also sells paddles specifically for child discipline, too. Amazon making a docuseries exposing child abuse while profiting of selling child abuse items and books. Make it make sense. I don't think I read the comments on here yet. I don't know. What do you mean paddles for child abuse? They sell paddles for spanking kids. It's legal in most states. Yeah, most people don't do it. I agree with that. The hell, I'm a Prime customer. If this is true, I will stop ordering. You're going to stop ordering from Amazon? Come on now. I don't care. I don't care who you are. Come on. Come on now. Let's be real. I mean, I hate to say it. I hate to admit it. But Amazon is such a big, huge giant in so many of our lives that it's going to be work to avoid ordering things from them and to go find other sources. First of all, a lot of things you're going to have to leave the house and actually go to the store for. Yeah, I'm with you there. and a lot of things you're going to end up probably paying more, and you're going to end up paying for shipping. It's not going to be Prime shipping, I mean, I don't see that happening. You know how like people get so mad at Target and they want to boycott Target? They'll last for like a month. Or like the whole Bud Light thing. People got so mad and boycotted Bud Light for like a week or two. I had people come into work doing that. And literally 2 weeks later, they were right in the same seats drinking Bud Light products. So this is no different than that. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not saying it's. See, I don't know what's in the book. I didn't read the book. And the only information I have about the book is what Katie has said about the book. And it's Katie, so I take everything with a grain of salt. But if by chance what she says is true about the book, then yeah, it's kind of fucked up. Amazon probably should have had the common sense, the wherewithal to drop the fucking book before the docuseries went out. Yeah, that's kind of bad on Amazon's part, I think. But I don't know if that's the case or not. So it could be. But I also want to point out how... I read it on Twitter, and someone in my DMs said to me that she's trying to take down Amazon. I disagree. And I disagree only because I'm not even Katie Joy's that delusional to think that she could take down Amazon. Come on. the US government can't take down Amazon. Okay. So I disagree with that, but I do think she is set out. She has in her sights, her goal, her mission is to take down this take out this documentary, take out the producers, shame them, ridicule them, whatever, expose them, if you will. And the same thing with the documentary. She's after it. She's coming for it, I think. She's throwing everything she has at it right now. I mean, it's ridiculous. I didn't even read all these yet. Let me check out chat for now. For a minute. OAH, I'm scroll back a little bit in the comments, and I see that you said, did I just hear that right, that Jim Holt and his wife travel together in April to Arkansas? I don't know if that's what she said. She didn't specifically state that. She just said that they traveled to Arkansas in April for B footage. And I would imagine that would be like the directors, producers, the film crew, whatever. So I would think she meant Amazon and the producers. I don't think she would mean Jim Holt, because what B footage do they need? B footage is what they play in the background when people are talking. Well, when they're talking, they pretty much had the camera on them for most of the time. The only B footage really they played was actual footage that's already been released, actual media that's been released, or they probably went there just to film B footage of like the locations where these events took place or whatever, you know. That's what I would think. I don't know. If KJ stops ordering from Amazon, she will have to leave her house dealing with others. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Wild Horse. She gave specific details what she claims Josh CP was. In fact, here, let me do this. Fuck is it? There it is. It's my playlist. All right. Share, copy. All right. So here's the link to a video I did. It says a year ago, but it was well over a year ago. It's a bunch of clips just put together. It's 15 minutes long of Katie talking about such things, such like triggering things, and talking about them and the detail in which Katie talks about them. So this comes with a huge trigger warning. In fact, the thumbnail is nothing but caution signs that says trigger warning. The title says trigger warning. So it's a trigger warning. If you want to check it out, just do so with caution. Trigger. I'm just going to write trigger warning. Oh, oh my God, right now, did she mention the fact that Backwoods Barbie was hurt in that? I don't know. I just feel like there was such a slap in her face because of all the bullshit that went down with Amy Duggar King, Backwoods Barbie, and Katie Joy, and that was kind of like the catalyst for the big fallout that Amy and Katie had, because it was right after that it was mentioned and brought up about how Katie was saying all this shit about how Amy wants me to give her moral support at the trial, and they invited me to come down and yada yada. And Amy was like, dude, that never fucking happened. What are you talking about? It was the whole Backwoods Barbie thing that was kind of like the catalyst into that. So I almost feel like that was just a big snub to Katie for them to include her in it. There's a fucking fly in here. It's gonna drive me nuts. Go away. Turn on another light. Maybe I'll go to that. Okay. Go away. She can't hurt anyone's business these days. There's too much of her own creepy stuff. If anyone looked into a documentary showing her actions, perverted, traumatized people would think she's. I do think that people would think that. Yeah. Whether or not it's true, I don't know. I really don't know. I think it's more she's like a narcissist or a sociopath or something. I'm not at all educated or otherwise informed in these areas, so do not take anything I say with any bit of truth or whatever. Take it all as just nonsense, talking, because that's about all it is. But I still wonder. I do wonder. Oh, hey, Steve. I didn't even see you come in. Oh my God. I love seeing that, Heather. At Stephen Cray. I do adore Aaron as well. This is the only channel I'm a member of. LOL. We agree. I do believe you. After a long time thinking about everything, you are a good person in my book. I want to cry first, Steve. I do. I mean, I'll be honest. Steve hasn't talked to me a whole lot about what it's been like for him going through all this bullshit for years. But I also feel like he didn't really have to either. I mean, just because I seen the bullshit. I seen the abundance of it, the tenacity of it. It's just, I've never seen any other shit like it, you know? And it's just so, it's so heartwarming to just see that someone saw through that, you know? Thank you. I mean, I don't, it's, you didn't do it for me or him, but I'm going to thank you anyways. I don't care. Thank you. Oh, about the RO. There really was no debate about the RO. It's public record. What's been discussed is a bunch of personal info she shared and claimed it's an ace. So the RO against Jim Holt, or whatever his name is, all the info about that, what brought about the RO, that's all in a sealed court case, you're saying. And that Katie is just claiming that what she knows or what she's heard about them personally, that is the reason for the RO. Is that what you're saying? I can hear this fly fucking around my head and it's going to drive me nuts. I got one of those tennis racket bug zappers. I don't have any batteries for it. The thing takes D batteries. Like, what the? I can't remember the last thing I owned that took fucking D batteries. It's crazy. Like maybe a boombox or something when I was like fucking 12. But, but even those were mostly C's, weren't they? I don't know. So let me go down here. Hi, Sue. Yeah, how's your vacation? Where miracles fly. Hi, EKC and everybody. I just joined in. Why is Amy Duggar friends with her? The devil in disguise. Well, who says that she is? That's what I want to ask. Who says that Amy Duggar is friends with her? Katie? So, I mean, are they following each other on social media? Is Amy commenting on any of her shit, liking any of her shit? I don't know. I haven't looked. I mean, if she's not, though, I see no proof or evidence to Katie's claims. If she is, then I don't know. Maybe Amy has amnesia or some shit. I don't know. Yeah, I agree. Wild horses. As well, remember Torrentine Town, Arkansas, if that's how you spell it. They're pretty corrupt. It appears in Aaron Good with Jim Bob. Everyone know what I'm saying? I'm not sure I know what you're saying. Jim Holt, I want to look up that actual police report. You know, ZKC said two things can be true at the same time, but why hasn't Katie Jo posted the specifics domestic violence of Jim Holt? Yeah. Oh, you are house hunting out? Oh, so you guys decided. Oh, that's so cool. We're going to be on the same coast now. Amy's husband was watching an Instagram live and confirmed in the comments. When did she do an Instagram live? When the fuck was this? It was May 14th. It's not that. None of these are live, though. Are they? No, it's because she's got lettering and shit over. I don't think they are. Yeah, these are just shit in her stories, I think. All right, for real. When did she do a live? Does anyone have it? You think you found your house? Oh my God, awesome. Wasn't recently, like a month or so ago. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, maybe you're right. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Like, where was the restraining order issued out of? But you got a point though. You make a very good point that I never even thought of. Like, like here, it looks as though she obtained documentation of it, right? What's it say in the background? Oh, not an official document. Okay, not an official document. I don't know what that means, but okay. Description. Bench trial, August 21st. Court, Washington. What court is that? Huh. Well, so what is this exactly? Like, oh, closed. Okay, yeah, case closed. Okay, so this was after the fact. All right. No case events were found. Was this even Arkansas? Because it says 72 Washington. I don't know what that means. Yeah, you're right. Where miracles fly, she would absolutely. Every other page is citing KJ for the story. Weird. Why wouldn't she? I mean, if she got a case report, wouldn't there be more additional information or something in there? I mean, all this, the only thing she showed is that there's a restraining order in place until May of 2023. Actually, wait a minute. Let me look at something again here. Final order protection at May 8th, 2000. I know it says 2033, but I don't get that either. What wouldn't it say until? I don't know. Filing date. Wait a minute. Why was the filing date for this one on Friday, April 21st, but the filing date for this one was on Thursday, April 20th? Wouldn't you file for all of them together? Are these children, or are these, I'm guessing that these are children listed here, or whatever. Are they, the petitioners anyways, are they minors or are they adults? Does anyone know if Chad and Samuel are minors or adults? I mean, if they were minors, I would think that everything would be submitted, filed on the same date. If they're adults, then I can maybe see them having different dates. It says case closed and status. Yeah. But like, why is it? And this is just up here, case ID Samuel Holt versus James Holt. Well, what about Chad? Oh, petitioner attorney. I'm sorry, my bad. Yeah, well, I didn't even look at the last name. All right, so that's an attorney. So is Samuel a minor or is Samuel an adult? Yeah, I know she called Bobby a monster. Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. I mean, she can't make up her mind whether or not the people are victims or not. It's like whatever she needs a new punching bag is when the victims turn into perpetrators, in my opinion. Because she did that with, she's done that with Janelle, I think. Who else did she do that with? Well, she's done it with like all of them. She did that with the sister wives. You know, like they started off as victims and then quickly they became, perpetrators or just as culpable, whatever, simply for being related to like people of the past. I don't know if she needs a 5150, but she's definitely losing her shit. I mean, I don't know. If I'd be worried if I were her family, like her immediate family, who she lives with and shit, like her husband or whatever, I would be worried that her manic episodes are going to burn the channel down. And then there goes not only their income, but their nice income. That's what I would be concerned about. Unless they have it closed or sealed. But of course, my conspiracy theory says Jim Bob now so angry he paid somebody a lot of money to have a fictitious report. Well, I mean, Bobby's not with Jim anymore, right? So that would cause me to tend to believe that the report may not be fictitious. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, she does that. Oh, she buys into a bunch of bullshit, whatever. I don't know, supports her narrative. Hi, Claudia. All right, so I read that. These I read the other night. I wonder, what's this one? I don't remember this one. Jim Holt was 19 years old when he met Bobby Holt, who was 14. Yeah, I can't believe that they fucking revealed that. Like, I don't give a shit if you thought she was older or not. And then to follow it up with, well, she was pretty developed for a 14-year-old. Like, dude, what the fuck? I just, that's insane to me. Like, I get that they live kind of a sheltered upbringing or life, even as adults or whatever. But how do you not, I don't know. The whole culture just seems fucked up. Like, what makes you think that that's okay? I don't get it. And so what? You found out she was 14. Then you found, you thought she was older. Then you found out she wasn't. So what you do then? You kept dating her. That's incredible. I mean, I get things may have been different back then, but they're not that much older than me. And it would have been insane for me at 14 to be dating a 19-year-old. Like, they would have been, in my mind, they would have been insane. My friends' minds. They wouldn't have been cool or anything because they'd be like almost 20. They'd be like at that age, we would be thinking, oh my God, they're like our parents' age. That's fucking gross. There's no way. At 14, sure, maybe 16 or 17. Yeah, that might be kind of cool. But 19 is like almost 20. That's like an adult. Like, fuck that. That's crazy. I don't know. Jim Holt tried to downplay their age difference by alluding to the fact that Bobby was developed and he thought she was 17. Yeah, that was a fucked up thing to say. This admission makes little sense since a 19-year-old can date a 14-year-old, but they cannot have sex with a 14-year-old. Just because they can legally do something doesn't mean they should, though. I mean, not every law is just and not every lack of law is sound. Jim Bob Duggar knew that Holt had sex. What? Jim Bob Duggar knew that Holt had sex with Bobby before marriage and knew Bobby was under the age of consent when this occurred. Really? How old was Bobby when they got married? And under the law, Jim Bob knew that Holt could have been charged with SA in the second degree, which is the same charge Josh would have faced. How's that going to happen? Why? Because Jim Bob reported it years after the fact? After what, 7 kids or 11 kids or something? What the fuck is she talking about? According to former church members and Bobby herself, Jim Bob would use this against Jim Holt when it came to his concerns about Josh. How the fuck do you use that? That's rude. I mean, unless Bobby is going to report it after having 11 kids with the man and being in her 40s or whatever she is. And there has to be a statute of limitations too to consider for, I mean, this is second degree she's referencing here. And this is Arkansas. Pretty sure whatever state, I'm sure that there's a statute of limitations, and I'm sure that this shit's long gone. So, I mean, like, this is the stupidest shit I ever read. Jim Bob would use this against when it came to his concerns about Josh. Not long after everyone found out about Josh's molestation of young girls, fights between Holt and JB became frequent at their church. No shit. No shit. Probably because their daughter was dating. Oh my God. And then when they said there in the documentary that their plan was, like, I guess Jim Bob or Michelle, whoever was admitted to the Holts, that their plan was that Josh would confess to their daughter after they were married. Oh my, I would have fucking oh my God. I mean, if there's no better fucking cause for an annulment, I think at that point, I don't know. Holt and Jim Bob took Josh to see an off-duty officer in 2003 named Corporal Hutchins. Hutchins was a friend of Jim Bob's and performed inspections on cars at the lot Jim Bob owned and where Holt worked. Josh confessed to Hutchins, who did nothing. Under the law, Hutchins was required to, I think that's true, that I think there was a law that required him to contact someone. Oh, no, wait, contact the authorities. Isn't he considered authorities, though? I don't know. Is that like a loophole? There shouldn't be, though. Holt was also there at the confession. Well, Holt himself said that much. According to multiple sources, Jim Bob frequently used Holt's relationship with Bobby as a weapon. You mean his relationship with his wife of how many years after 11 kids or some shit? That was a weapon to use against Holt. I think the cat was out of the bag that they were an item and having sex at that point. I mean, how's Jim Bob going to prove that? Does Jim Bob have like dated footage or something? I mean, how the fuck do you? This is the stupidest. Oh my God, Katie! Like I expected better from her. I expected a better bullshit story than this from her. Like this, I'm so disappointed. Sure. No, wait a minute. It resulted in a huge blowout fight in 2006 where the two men screamed at each other in front of everyone. Church members were pressing Jim Bob to report Josh to police for SA. Jim Bob refused and went after Jim Holt. According to multiple sources, screenshots. Really? Oh, wait, what screenshots? I didn't even hit the arrow over. Jim Holt was 19 and Bobby was 14. They had sex before marriage. Jim Holt told me that Jim Bob used that as leverage against him because under the law, Holt committed sin. Does that sound right? Yes. Did you hear that? Yes, it's true. He tried. So she's the blue, right? So they're not even telling her the story. She's laying out the story and just asking for confirmation. She's leading them. I don't buy that. Yes, it's true. He tried to say that was the moral equivalent of what Josh did. So Jim Holt said, well, let's go down to the police station and I will confess what I did and just confess what he did and we'll see what the reaction is. This all happened at a big church meeting in the end of 2006 before everything blew up. Jim Bob got really angry at Jim Holt and brought this whole scenario out and they argued back and forth about it. What about calling Jim no angel or you vengeful and envious? I think Jim Bob said that once because we had sex before marriage. Oh, this is Bobby Holt. She left Bobby Holt on there because we had sex before marriage, but also maybe because when they were teenagers, Jim pointed out a girl who had a pretty figure to Jim Bob and he accused Jim of defrauding him. Okay, vengeful, no. Envious, no. Jealous was the word they used. So they had sex before marriage, unless she was married like fucking 16 or 17. I don't, there is no proof of anything. I really hope that Bobby Holt gave her permission to share these. I really do. Jim Bob screamed at Hull and allegedly accused him of committing the same crimes as Josh. Jim Hull. How does you can't? That's not even comparable. Jim Hull has more in common with Josh than it seems. Yeah, it's fucked up. I thought the Holts were still in the IBLP. Can anyone clear this up for me? They could never afford the IBLP. Jim Holt ascribes to extreme patriarchy and control. He's abusive to his kids and Bobby. They adhere to all the same authority structure as the IBLP. They are as IBLP as they come. No bikinis in Jim's house. Well, no, probably since he can't live with them. What? Comparing anyone to Josh is a gaslighting false equivalency. Jim Bob needs to be taken out back. I don't disagree, but it's the same charge. But it's not the same crime. I don't care if it's the same charge. It's not the same fucking crime. Oh my God. Oh, wait, she didn't take that down, did she? Wait a minute. Fuck, that was on Facebook, wasn't it? Was it a comment? I think it was on Facebook. I read it, though. No, yeah, here it is. Okay. All right, I want to share this. I don't know what Facebook it is, though. Is it this one? Yeah, okay. So, this is from a day ago, June 3rd, 2 days ago almost, at 8:22 p.m. She wrote, "I'm sorry. Courageous survivors open up about the horrific abuse they faced inside the IBLP in the new docuseries. Their stories of physical, psychological, verbal, spiritual, and emotional abuse were heartbreaking. Their stories should not have ever been provided on the same platform as a man that was a known abuser in IBLP circles." But I thought he wasn't a member of the IBLP, right? When Amazon approached me to be involved with their docuseries, I was so honored. I wanted to help expose the horrific abuse and crimes within the IBLP. Isn't that one of the same claims she makes about Jim Holt, that he wants to expose them? Okay. Within weeks of my discussion with Amazon, I obtained disturbing information about Jim Holt. My inbox from adult survivors that attended the church with the Duggars and Holtz was filled. Survivors witnessed their friends be punched in the face, body slam, attacked by Jim Holt. They were terrified for Jim's minor children. I confront, but wait. I thought the IBLP is not a church though, right? It's like a tenet of the faith, but it's not a church, right? Because in this post, she's using the IBLP and church interchangeably, and she's suggesting that Bob was a member of, or Jim Holt was a member of both. That's how I'm reading this. Am I wrong? I don't know. I don't know if that matters or whatever. I kind of think it does. Especially if you're going to try and discredit his testimony or his commentary in the documentary, because he's not a member of the IBLP. So he wasn't there to talk about the IBLP. So why are you trying to discredit him in terms of the IBLP? I don't know. It seems kind of weird. Anyway, they were terrified for Jim's minor children. I confronted Jim and Bobby Holt about the abuse, and they denied it. I asked one of his daughters, and she confirmed the abuse. I could not sit on this information in good conscience, knowing He planned to, quote, get fame and, quote, take down abusers of the IBLP through this series. You couldn't sit through this in good conscience of him taking down the IBLP. I don't know. I don't see the issue with that. I had multiple phone calls with executive producer Olivia Christ about Jim's abuse of his wife and children. I expressed my deep concerns about their additionally. I went, okay, yada. We already know this. Additionally, I went as far as to tell them that survivors of Gothard would likely feel exploited or hurt if they were left in the dark about his involvement on the show. Jim Holt went on a terror against me for months. He convinced Amy and Deanna Duggar that I was crazy and a liar. I don't think that they needed much convincing there. I don't know. My involvement ceased due to Jim Holt. I notified the producers in April about the order of protection. They expressed concern but did nothing. I told them this would hurt the survivors, and they simply didn't care. They had already filmed him. I did everything I could to stop his involvement and from Amazon platforming an abuser. I'm so sorry. I feel like I let you all down. I'm so sorry that Amazon put money ahead of the well-being of survivors involved in the series. I'm sorry people that were already hurt have been exploited again. I will never stop fighting for you. Oh my God, you're using them. You're fucking using them. Oh my God, you're such a bitch. Right. I think the survivors in this documentary actually did a good job of standing up for themselves. They boldly shared their stories. I follow some of them on other platforms, and they are smart, resilient people who own their journey and recovery. I'm confident the Holt's involvement in this will not eclipse their voices. Not the messages I'm receiving. See, no, Katie, the correct answer to that, even through your butthurt, the correct answer would be, I'm happy to hear. Very happy to hear that this is the experience of other people. I truly hope that this is the case. If you want to try to save a little bit of your butt hurt and keep pushing your shit, but not sound like a complete and total whack job cunt in doing so, that should have been your response. That should have been it. But it wasn't. It wasn't. All right. Oh, there's something else too on Twitter I wanted to share. Let me find it. Who shared it? Was it Crystal Balls? Oh my God. Okay. I'm going to be sharing now from the infamous Balls' Twitter account. Oh, wait, my messages are down. Okay, yeah. So I go to here and I just go to media because I want to look at screenshots. And Katie Joy leaking Duggar DMs. Duggar sources make jokes. What is Josh's spiritual gift? Deception. I don't know. Anna is prophet. What the hell does that mean? What? I don't know what to make of that. Then, this one shared, Katie Joy Paulson told me directly that she had infiltrated the IBLP pretending to be a Christian in order to attend their training. She attended a basic seminar, which is the first training you attend in the IBLP, and it consists of Bill Gothard's teachings through lectures and a guided workbook. Once you attend the basic seminar, you are eligible to attend the advanced seminar, which I also believe she said she went through, as well as other seminars and workshops offered by the IBLP. She also told me a former IBLP member had provided her with a treasure trove of materials, workbooks, and booklets. I remember her saying that about the that's exactly what she said, treasure trove, regarding those books and shit. I remember that. I don't know if she attended anything though. Summary of my DM from a survivor reaching out to me about Katie Joy taking shiny happy mass photos from someone high up in the IBLP, not a Duggar hugger. Okay. She was bragging that she basically infiltrated the group and went through the basic training seminar by posing as a Christian. Unfortunately, they thought her genuine, not knowing who Katie really was willing to mail copies of IBLP material they still had. Why IBLP will not sue Katie Joy? Oh, I know why they won't, because a lot of the shit that has said about them is true. I mean, the documentary, it proves that much. I mean, I don't think Katie was the first one to say it, but still, she's still shit she's saying. And if they sue her, then all that shit's going to be analyzed. All the shit she said, it's going to be analyzed. And I don't think that they're going to like the outcome of that analysis. So I don't know. I bet that's why. IBLP families will not sue her. Gothard teaches very strict financial principles. And if you want more info about that, I'm happy to share it. You can sue, though, for other things than financial judgments. Very specific aspects would involve not being in debt, not loaning money, and not causing another person to be indebted financially. But there's a bigger picture as well. If you talk to them about suing someone like Katie, their response would likely be that they will pray for her instead. They believe they are God's anointed and that no harm can come against them that isn't part of God's plan to use them for his purpose in this world. All things happen according to his purpose and plan. This includes essay, by the way. Part of their teaching for victims is that God uses it to develop your character. They also blame you and shame you, and there are many more details I can give about that. And it's always the female's fault, but that's another subject. They use the verse Romans 8:28 that all things work for the good of those who love God and are called by him. They believe that is them. And this is borne out in the message. I will send you a screenshot so you can verify the accuracy of what I'm saying. It came about because I tried to tag some of the people Katie was talking about on Instagram, which she deleted, but not before some of them saw the tags. I don't agree with any of the IBLP families at all. I'm no longer even in a church, and I'm no contact with my family of origin because of my CSA and because I left the church and started speaking out. But I want someone to call her out. I knew they wouldn't sue, and I said so on a live the other night in the chat. And that's why she will say whatever she wants to about them. She knows just enough to be reckless and harmful, but not helpful to anyone. That is a perfect explanation of it. I can't think of a better one. It's sad to see how many things people take out of context or how many false assumptions they make. But God works all things for good. So hopefully the discerning person will look past what are not credible sources and will seek to learn the truth about what they are reporting. All right, so okay. Where's that? I saw this other one though. Shit. Who the fuck shared it? Damn it. Let me go find it real quick. Maybe someone sent it to me. I don't know. No. It's got to come up in here. Oh my God. Oh my God. Whoever you are, just trying to fit in. Wow. Dudes, look at this shit. This is fucking hilarious. So she says, so Katie is a member of Prime, as you can see in the photo. And when her weirdo subscriber says she will stop ordering from them, if true, Krusty says it's true. She's trying to hold Amazon to task, but yet she won't give up her fucking Prime. Oh my God, that's so fucking funny. Oh my God. Wait, oh God. That's so funny. Good eye. Good fucking eye. I never noticed that. I never would have thought of it. Where is it? I don't even remember what it was, but I saw something else. That's what it was. That's it. Okay. So I couldn't believe it when I saw this earlier. Actually, let me just go to just trying to fit in. Where is it? I just read it. There we go. Okay. Oh, wait, shoot. Wait, I don't want to. She's got her shit locked down. I don't want to air it all. Let me do this first, and then I'll just find the post. Okay. So here it is. Says, wow, this is the actual survivor that commented on Krusty's Instagram that Krusty deleted. She reported the survivor for racism. So here it is on she shared a screenshot. Tripping with Brooke Arnold on Prime, on #1 on Prime Video all weekend and trending on Twitter. At the Brooke Arnold over there, by the way. Thanks so much to everyone for watching, sharing, and following. #ShinyHappyPeopleDoc. And then Jen Clark says, your story was harrowing and I felt so much empathy for what you endured and you were lucky to have gotten out with your life. Thank you so much for sharing that with the public. I saw your comment on Without a Crystal Ball Instagram and I replied, but she has deleted it. To which Trippin says, I know she has. And she reported that comment for racism. So now I can't defend myself in this amazing project on her wall. Let other people know that the survivors she claims to care about are silenced on her site. She's a fraud and a liar. You're a hero. You really are, Trippin. You're a hero. Wow. That's what I was looking for. I knew it was something good. Allowed to put her crappy on. He goes, maybe Elizabeth. I don't know. I think it's all about Katie just being snubbed. Because remember, you don't reject Katie Troy. She does not get rejected by anyone or anything. We've seen example after example play out in real time when what happens when you reject Katie Joy. Well, Amazon rejected Katie Joy. This documentary, rather, more to the point, rejected Katie Joy. So that shit's got to come down. That's got to go. That's got to be fucking tore up. That's what it is. Yeah, she won't. Yeah, Angels Among Us 95. She's on a roll. Yeah. Yeah. The one post she made when she's like scolding Amazon, and you could have had me. I'm like, well, maybe when they produce a piece of fiction, then they can have you. But for this, it wasn't applicable. Like, fuck off. Crazy. Hey, Casey, you missed what do you mean missed another one? What are you talking about there, Elizabeth? What I miss? Or you missed another one? I don't know. I haven't been streaming for that long, have I? Oh, over an hour. I am going to wrap it up though shortly because today's been possibly my one and only day. The schedule, I have 2 days off next week, but one of the days is Sunday. But I think then I got a message last night asking if I would do another day. So, and I said not Sunday. So I don't know. And at work, they put an addition on at work and it's opening this week and it's going to be crazy there this week. So fucking crazy. So it's going to be a tough week, but hopefully it will be a fruitful week too, profitable one. We'll see. I think Amazon would be willing to sue her though. Yeah, I think you're right, Sarah. I do think you're right. I think Amazon would. I think that the executive producer would be too if she keeps fucking bad mouthing them, the producers and especially the EP. I bet that they would. Dirty Uncle Sal said, wait a minute, did she just admit as her statement that she was tortiously interfering with Amazon's production of that documentary? I don't know if it could really be, I don't know. It sounded more or less that she was trying to interfere with Holtz's involvement with the documentary, which, I mean, it could have been, they could produce it another way, but I don't know. I am of the belief, though, that she herself is confusing the IBLP, the church, with the church and with the Holtz and everything. Sure, the Holtz may subscribe to the same cultural lifestyle things that the Duggars do. Okay, fine. And they may be like technically as IBLP as they come because they subscribe to a lot of the same bullshit. But they're not IBLP, as she stated. And the IBLP is not a church. So I don't see how Bob Holt was there to give any kind of commentary on the IBLP, but he did have firsthand knowledge and experience with the things that happened with Josh. And that's what he was there to give context to. So, I mean, I don't know. I feel like what she's doing right now, trying to expose and shame and drag and ruin Holt, she's doing it for no other reason than to harm the documentary, which will in turn harm the people who gave their statements on the documentary. She's not at all considering them or anyone else that could be helped as a result of this documentary. Because he can be exposed or whatever for who he is, but she's doing this as a means, as a reason, as proof as to why there's something wrong with this documentary, not to just shame him otherwise. That's the thing. She's conflating everything together in her efforts to ruin this man. So she's effectively trying to ruin those involved and the victims and everything. And that's just fucked up. Oh my God, thank you so much for the super chat. Where miracles fly. Thank you. Yeah. Or super sticker, I'm sorry. Or thanks for being you. Yeah. Thank you so much. Aw, so nice of you. Their participation makes sense while hers can't possibly make sense. Exactly. She's mad jealous of Jen from Fundy Fridays being involved. Well, that's the thing. Like, I mean, I don't know much about Jen from Fundy Fridays, but from what I understand is she's not any sort of religious member or person, whatever. She's just someone who came across the show and she's commenting about the show, which in turn maybe commented on the lifestyle altogether or whatever. Could have evolved into more than that. But she's also not doing it from a place where she's taking it personally. She's not incorporating herself into the storyline. She's not, I don't know. She's doing it from an actual commentator point of view. That's the thing. Katie, don't do that. Oh, thank you, Animal Lover. 104 watching and just over 40 likes. It's free to hit the like button. Yay. I think Amazon would sue her or maybe even listen to people telling them about how they should expose her in a documentary and show the world how she stalks and hurts survivors. See, here's the thing. I think that there would actually be a lot of interest in some sort of documentary depicting how YouTubers acting as media or similar figures and how them doing so is causing harm, because you look at like Critical K's lawsuit. There was that Cardi B lawsuit too there or something, Then there's the Idaho 4, that professor, and the other social media psychic or whatever that was accusing her of shit. And then there's Katie Joy, who has, I mean, all those two people, to my knowledge, they just have like one lawsuit against them. Katie's got several. So I think that there would be interest and there would be good grounds to make a documentary about how some people are taking this too far and how this is not the right way to do shit, whatever, just expose shit or whatever. And I think that Katie Joy would be a central figure in such a documentary. Throwing it out there, Amazon. I don't need credit or anything. Just do it. Just do it up. Yeah, maybe they wouldn't. Someone responded on Twitter saying Amazon wouldn't even bother with someone as small as her or whatever, trivial to them. Maybe not, but here's the thing. Don't underestimate Katie Joy. I mean, it pains me to say, but you don't underestimate her because she surpassed my expectations more times than I care to fucking remember. So she may seem trivial now, but it's very possible that that her actions won't make her remain trivial to them. I mean, she finds ways. It's fucked up as it is. She finds ways. Not that she finds ways to get shit done. She finds ways to get fucked up shit done. Oh my God, Juju B, thank you. Me too. Fucking me too. Me too. Juju B says, I'm mad at KJ because I had to admit that I was excited to watch a documentary. Me too. Damn it. I looked forward to see something about the Duggars. What the fuck? Oh my God. Yeah, there's no really more petty, vindictive, or whatever than Katie. There isn't. Like, she could teach a fucking master's class on it. Yeah. I don't know. I sometimes I feel like ever since like the 2016 election or the run up to that or the meet up to that, whatever, it just seems like I've found myself saying no time and time again, like, I wish my mom was alive to see this. I would love to know what my mom would say about it, because my mom was kind of political. But I think she would be classified as like a Republican progressive. I think I would classify her as. But ever since then, though, like it seems like everything's fucking backwards. Ever since the fake news or alternative facts or whatever, all that shit. And I'm just like, and then in following shit and everything too in the vaccine community, I'm like, how are these people getting away with this shit? How are people buying into this? What the hell happened to people and brains and rational? What am I missing? Like, what did I miss? You know? And I feel like I'm still, and then the whole QAnon thing, you'd find yourself like, I'm living in like a fucking crazy ass universe. Like, this isn't real. This isn't what I grew up with. And I'm in some parallel universe. And I find myself saying the same shit about Katie. Like, I feel like she's LARPing. She's pulling the wool over everyone's fucking eyes by LARPing as a fucking reporter. And she's pulling it off. Like, how is this happening? How? Fucking how? I don't know what to make of it. I mean, but she's a LARPer. That's exactly what she is. Yeah, Citizens United happened. Yep. And I do believe that that's the core of it all. I really do. Everything can be tied back to Citizens United, I think. Yeah, no, I get. See, that's the thing. You will find no bigger supporter of people saying stupid, incorrect shit or whatever. They have every right to, and they sure. Like, I don't even think that all these groups should have been taken off of Facebook. I think that the public Facebook feed, that should be monitored. But if there's a private group talking all kinds of crazy bullshit, I kind of think that they have a right to do that. I don't know. And maybe not with Facebook, but in general, I think they do. And also, too, like with the whole January 6th insurrection thing, and they took down Parler, that was the dumbest fucking thing, I think. Because here you had everyone so clueless. They were talking, planning, plotting, doing everything out in the open on a public fucking website. And you take that away. So now you keep taking that shit away. You keep taking away their Facebook groups, their Parler, their MeWe, or whatever else they go to. You take enough of this shit away, they're going to start learning how to fucking use Reddit, or not Reddit, like 4chan. They're going to turn to 4chan. They're going to learn how to use that site, and that's where they're going to go. Good luck then. Good fucking luck then. Like, no, don't do that. I mean, it's the whole freedom of speech thing. You give them the freedom to say whatever they want in these public forums within some, to some degree. But you're also giving everyone else the freedom to see them saying this and planning and plotting this and pushing this. Otherwise, how else are we all going to know? That's my whole take on it anyway. But so my whole thing, that what was blowing my mind, is that people were spreading all this shit and people were believing it. Like, what happened? What did I miss there? Yeah, I agree to that to a certain point, Fred, about shadow governments. Because like, sure, people always say how like the president of the United States is like the most powerful man in the free world. Bullshit. No, his donors are. That's who are the most powerful people in the free world. Yeah, she is dangerous, but depending on the danger, I don't think there's no law against being dangerous. It's the type of danger that you can cause. I'm not saying what she's doing should be considered as that or not. I don't know. I definitely don't think me alone is qualified to make such a judgment, but I don't know. But there are laws in place to handle shit like that, though, too. There's suing the person, and that's we're seeing these laws be put into effect, being used. The only downside with that is that money talks. There's a different, I don't know. There's like a different court system for the rich than there is the poor. That's the only thing. Yeah, education is the way. I believe that. That's why like people got on like the CDC's case and shit like that for a while over the anti-vax rhetoric, and I disagree. You put the CDC in charge of that, and you're just going to create more anti-vaxxers, I think. No, we need to get more involved. That's the thing. Because you're not going to convince another mother of anything if you're some professional, some CDC member, or whatever employee. But if you're another mother, you're more likely to get through to them somehow. I think, my opinion. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think my education was the best either. I don't. I went to a pretty good school for my area anyways. But like the public school system, I think sucked mostly because I spent like 2 years in public school. And like in the high school here, the classes were so huge. Like I spent my 10th grade, but then 11th grade, I went back to Notre Dame. But they're so huge. And I came from like a small Catholic school. So there were like, I don't know, like 15 people in my class, and then you go into a school where like all of your classes have like 40 or more people in it. Like a lot of people are going to get left behind. That's the problem. The only thing with self-educating though, well, the basics, yeah. All right. Okay. I get that. But the only thing with like self-educating, like it's like the same thing with like do your own research. And yeah, but in complex matters like science or math, or science especially, you can't do your own research and educate yourself because you don't know if the information you're reading is good or not. You don't know how to test yourself. You don't know what things to remember, what not to remember. You don't know what to read. And you're going to work off of your search results. And you're going to unconsciously type out all of your searches in a way that's going to show bias toward the results that you get. That's the thing. I mean, we need those who are already educated in fields like that to educate those who are not. It's not something you can really do yourself. Yeah, exactly. You need to learn how to research properly. That's the thing. That's a huge thing. And yeah, you have to know like how to determine whether or not certain works or whatever are credible or not. I don't know, it's difficult. Mostly though, I find that you have to kind of know how to determine when certain works are complete or not. Because a lot of times you read something that was just like a theory that was like presented in a way that's to look like a study or something, but it wasn't. There was no testing of this theory. They're just sharing something that supports their theory, but it's this tiny, tiny thing in the grand scheme of things. So it's not an applicable like control size or whatever, or study size. So it's largely incomplete. That's been the thing that's tricked me the most. See, and I want to make this clear too. Like, I know, like I talk about all my time spent as a vaccine advocate and everything throughout the entire time and right up until today. And I don't see this ever changing. I will be the first person to state and support the fact that everyone has the right to refuse vaccines. That can't change. That can't. Sure, there can be stipulations or mandates or whatever put on it or whatever, sure. But you can't make it illegal to refuse the vaccine. That's my whole take on it. You can't do it. I think though, all right, I'm just gonna leave it at that. That's where I do support that. Yeah, I agree, Dirty Uncle Sal. The ability to see things from multiple sides is always a good mindset if self-education is the way someone wants to go. Yeah. That's why, like, that's what I do. Like, if I think I remember something happening or whatever, I will look for evidence that it didn't happen or whatever. I will look for information or proof or something that what I'm remembering, what I'm thinking is false. If I find nothing, then I consider that to be support of what I'm thinking. I'm not going to look for something that supports what I'm thinking. More or less, I want to make sure that there's nothing out there that contradicts what I'm thinking. I know. I'm not down. I'm not. Your dad had polio? Holy shit. That is wow. That's so right where miracles fly. What I learned throughout my life is to ask myself, do I want to be happy or do I want to be right? That is true. I have a choice to agree to disagree. Night, thank you. Oh, awesome. Oh, great. Awesome. You are too. Thank you when miracles fly. Have a good night. That is so true though. Yep. Do I want to be happy or do I want to be right? Sometimes I want to be right, I'll be honest, but oh, Fred, don't let my friend Jen hear you say that. America's in post-capitalism phase. Here in new waters. She breaks my balls all the time and calls me a fucking socialist. I am. I do think I'm a socialist. She's a staunch like capitalist. Like I wonder if she's like even like ventures out into like the unchecked capitalism territory. I don't know, but it's funny. Hey, DC. And I'm sorry to do this. I'm going to wrap this up, though. I need to eat. I'm starving. And then I'm going to go lay down, I think. Get a good night's sleep because I got a bunch of shit to do tomorrow. And then I got to go to work. So I might stream tomorrow. If I do, it won't be until, I don't know, afternoon. Probably, like, if I do stream, it'll probably be when I'm getting ready for work. So, like, I don't know, 3 o'clock or so, around there. But if not, then I don't know. Am I opening Tuesday? I don't remember what it said. Aren't you getting bigger? Thank you. Okay. Oh, no, I'm not. Oh, cool. All right. So if I don't stream tomorrow afternoon, then I'll stream tomorrow night after work, which I should be home around, like, I don't know, in between 10, 11, 11:30, around there. So if not in the afternoon, then tomorrow night. So, all right. Good night, everyone. Thanks for being here. Have a good night. Bye.